writers and poets from across Ghana and try to amplify these voices to the world. This is what we set out to do. And I think that over the past 10 years of our existence, we've interacted with writers from across the spectrum through our various programs. And it was a great delight to be paired with the Abuja Literary Society for this evening's reading and performance session. And I am really looking forward to this evening's program. I know that we have gathered here some of the most exciting voices on the spoken word poetry scene in Accra. And I think it will be really exciting.
Oh, thank you very much for that. And I mean, it's quite interesting because I know we got connected last year, was it, when we were planning a literary festival? So it was the Abuja Literary and Arts Festival, and you also run a festival, the Pagia, if I'm correct. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. The Pagia Festival.
Pagia Festival.
The Pagia Festival. You know, funny enough, I lived in Ghana for 5 years. I actually went to the University of Ghana, so I'm glad to sort of like be, revisiting this connection. So, like we said, we want everyone to relax and to, get to know each other. So one thing that we always do at the Abuja Literary Society is that we share, some of the things that we are, let's say that maybe we've been facing during the week, because aside it being a space for creativity, it's also a space for relaxation and just creative entertainment, for unwinding. And one thing that has been happening everywhere now in Africa and also in other parts of the world is the high inflation. So it'll be good to, first of all, for some of the people that are here, we can't hear from everybody, but I can see three people on stage with you, Kofi, and then maybe we're going to pick about 4 people that raise their hands, on the Zoom call. So just introduce themselves, what's your name, what do you do? And then tell us how you've been coping with maybe increased fuel prices, increased food prices, and just some of those issues. Oh, there's 4 of you on the stage. Yeah, we'll hear from 4 of you and then 4 from the Zoom chat.
All right. Okay, so.
Okay, my name is, all right, so I'm Fochibe Ethelyn. I am a Cameroonian residing in Ghana. I am an agricultural entomologist by profession. And talking about the food prices and the fuel price, I think I just had to ration my eating, you eat like once in the morning and then you drink water during the day. And then maybe later in the evening, you can eat gari and groundnuts. Yeah, so yeah, it's not been easy though, but yeah, we're coping somehow.
Thank you for that. All right.
So I'm Fritz Toto. I'm a student and a creative writer. So I'm a level 100 student in the university, and I've kind of felt the impact because I've been spending, and my dad feels like, hey, you are being too spendthrifty. It's quite difficult sometimes to call home because they feel like you need to manage, and it's as if you don't feel what they are feeling. But then again, if you get to understand that we're all facing, the impact of the COVID. So yeah, this is a new normal. We just have to adapt to it. So that's the experience I have.
Hello, I'm Nadia. I'm a biomedical engineer, and I write sometimes. And well, the inflation prices, well, it's everyone feels it. I mean, my sister's a caterer, so like every week we go to the market to buy gallons of oil, and every 3 days the price is different. And then like when her customers come, they're complaining about how small the quantity of the price that used to be more was, and stuff like that, and they don't want to pay more, but then they are paying more when they go to the market. So it's also affected like personal businesses and stuff. So we all have to deal with it. I heard there was going to be some reduction in oil prices this morning, talking about some 15%, which is like 70 pesos. I don't even know what that's going to do, but well, that's what it is.
Hi, I am Abna, and I'm a lawyer and a writer. I work in oil and gas, so you can imagine how stressful that side is. And as regards the prices and the inflation and everything, I love my food. I really like to eat. So you can imagine how much I'm suffering as I'm sitting here right now. I had eaten kebab 50 cedis, and I'm really regretting my life choices right now. Because kebab would have cost me 10 cedis, and I was 10 cedis for 5 steaks. And I had to pay 50 cedis for 5 steaks with a chilled can of malt. It sorted out my emotional stress, but now my pocket is suffering. So this is a good place to vent my frustration. Yeah, that's about it.
Did you say kebab 50 cedis?
Yes,
Oh
kebab.
my God.
But it was really tasty. I really wish I could go back.
Wow. But I like it. You know, in Nigeria, we have this saying, it goes like, try to dey enjoy, problem no dey finish. You know, so you buy the kebab 50 because problem no dey finish, and you just need it to cool your body and then face the challenges ahead. But you're very right, you know, I mean, it's something that we're facing everywhere. So let me start with Ada on our side. Ada, would you like to say something to introduce yourself and then, you know, also comment on the topic at hand? Ada, are you there? Or if Ada is not there, then Ephraim, your hand is also up. So anyone else that wants to speak, put your hand up and then I'll call you.
All right, it's evening here. Madam, welcome. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. My name is Ephraim Emmanuel. I am a writer, lover of arts, and a media practitioner, radio. About the scarcity, it's everywhere. I don't know. I am working right now somewhere. If you're familiar with Abuja, I'm working somewhere around Abuja, Nigeria, that is. I'm working somewhere around Asokoro, Raypower, and I live in Lugbe. Now going to and fro, I have to spend a lot every day. I have to go to work, and it's crazy because, I mean, by the time you get to the end of the month, you get paid, you figure you basically use all of your transport, all of your pay for transportation. So it's really crazy. Now, beyond that, you also have to survive other things. You know, so it's crazy. It's crazy, I tell you. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. You know, I feel like they are really trying us. I mean, in some ways, it's our government's fault. You know, in some ways, it's just what is happening in the world. But, you know, at the end of the day, if something starts happening now, everybody will come out their hand or remove their hand. Toyin Oladoke, you'd like to say something? Is Toyin there? Oh, I can see Heda's mic is open. Heda, are you trying to say something?
Hello, good evening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I am here. Can you guys hear me?
Okay, let's hear from Toyin.
Okay.
Yeah, Toyin, we can hear you.
Yeah, I'm a presenter with National Traffic Radio. That's Road Safety Radio. And I'm also a poet. I'm happy to be here. Contributing to the topic at hand, I don't know how we're just going to cope. You have side hustles to your job, but the ends are not just meeting. And one popular senator recently said there's going to be light at the end of. And we hope that light comes very soon, because this morning I took a boat to town for 2004 from where I stay here, Kubwa Express. Coming back, I just felt, babe, today is 26th now, or 25th. Let me manage what is in my pocket. Oh, I bought a taxi from Wuse. Honestly, I spoilt my shoe. From the estate gate to the house. And I'm like, this Ijebu you just did. Why didn't you just book a boat? And since the scarcity started, I've not taken my car out of this estate. And, you know, I just wanted to save some money today, and I got disappointed and spoilt my shoe, spoilt my whole day. And I said, okay, let me run to ALS where I'll be getting international support today. So, yeah, good evening, everyone.
That's support.
Sorry about that, Tony. You know, one of those days, but I mean, we're glad to have you here, and I hope you're able to get some of that support and to unwind a little bit. Davidson, I think Davidson is gonna be the last person, yeah, from this end, from the Zoom chats. Davidson, are you there? Can you speak?
Yeah, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Good evening, everyone. Okay, so my name is Davidson Ezeala. I'm actually a student at Institut Français in Nigeria. Well, this fuel scarcity is really, really affecting me personally, because every day, if I'm not spending 1,500, I'm spending 3,000 naira. That is when I'm in a haste. Because, now booking Bolt or Uber, they started charging high, and their charge is no longer reasonable. Because before, when you want to go out, you're like, okay, I want to use Bolt. Bolt is cheaper, but this time, be it Bolt, be it a normal taxi, everything is very expensive. For those living in Abuja, you would understand, and also other parts of Nigeria. It's very, very, very disheartening to know that once you're leaving the house, you're going to suffer a very long day. And at worst, when you get to where you're going to, you start thinking, yes, road to follow, just to come back, knowing that where you're going to, before you come back, you're going to stand and wait and wait. If you're not waiting for a taxi, you're waiting for your boat, everybody's stuck in the hold-up. So it's actually frustrating. But I'm actually here today at this wonderful meeting to vent my anger or my frustration. But whatever the case may be, it's really, really disheartening.
I understand. Please don't vent too much on us, but then we empathize with you, and I hope you're able to relax a bit. I realized that Heda was going to speak. So Heda, I think you can go, and then you can speak now if you're available. Heda or Taki. Heda, you're muted, so we can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Okay, good. My name is Ada Otaki. I'm a writer and author of a poetry collection, Give Me a Word. So I'm from Abuja. I'm speaking from Abuja here. So regarding what everyone is saying about the scarcity and whatever is going on around the world, I think it's normal because once in a while, I think once in every decade or so, we experience such in the world. And for me, I'm not yet to vent because I know that I'm trying to adjust, I'm adapting. And one good thing about Nigerians is that we know how to adapt with situations like this. So it's fine. We'll get out of it. We'll be fine. I know we'll be. Yeah, so thank you.
We'll be fine. Everyone will be fine. Those of us in Ghana, in Nigeria, we'll be fine.
Yeah.
Ada, that's AkpuruenyaChukwu. Are you there? Because you were the first to raise your hand. Yeah. Ada, let's hear from you.
Okay. Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak. I'm AkpuruenyaChukwu. I'm a doctor. Also interested in health tech. Anyway, the whole inflation thing is really it's worse. It's actually worse in healthcare because it's like a two-pronged sword. Number one is Nigeria does not have primary care, so everybody comes to tertiary centers to access their healthcare. So you see people missing their appointments because they literally cannot afford transport. And then the worst part is drugs. Drugs have tripled. Some drugs have as much as doubled. Some have as much as tripled. So it's really worse for people navigating illnesses, especially people navigating chronic illnesses or any form of illness. So really, the inflation is really bad. Thank you.
That's like that's a reality check for many of us, because for some of us it's just that maybe we go to the market, fish is now 1,500 instead of 1,000, but then these things have very real implications for people's lives, and it's it's a sobering reality. So I don't know, do you want to say something in addition, Kofi, on your end, before we now segue into the performances?
Yeah, about rising cost of things. What I will say is that before I used to take a lot of Uber and Bolt wherever I was going. Now I've changed my mind and I do a lot of trotro, which is the normal commercial buses. I think it's Danfo in Nigeria. Yes, I do a lot of that now. I've decided to give up Bolt and Uber. So that is the current situation in my life right now. So yeah, that is it.
Let me ask this question. So when you're in the church, do you use the time to think about poetry or about writing? Do you get inspired by conversations around you? You know, because I mean, that can happen too now. You hear some people fighting or arguing at the back to enter one dialogue inside one story that you're working on. Does that happen for you?
Yeah, yes, sometimes I do a lot of creative thinking at that time. 50% of the time I'm angry whenever I'm in church. So yeah, so I'm either angry at the government for not constructing a better road, or at some passenger for shouting too much, or the maid for trying to cheat passengers of their little change. So yes, 50% of the time I'm angry. The rest of the time I'm thinking about all these issues that are happening around me.
Yeah, and I think it's one thing that, you know, art helps us with sometimes, you know, this whole thing about catharsis and just finding an outlet for some of these emotions. So my undergrad was in psychology, and in psychology, you know, there's always the idea that you can channel some particular strong emotions through other, you know, I mean, through some means or some ways or some manners that just helps you deal with them better. So I'm glad that everyone is here, you know, so after a tough week and what has been maybe a tough couple of weeks that may not get significantly better, you know, going forward. And we just find different ways to cope and to move on. So, you know, I mean, it's a joint virtual open mic, and that's what we're here to do. Myself and Kofi are your co-hosts. So yes, I have my camera on now. So you just manage my Friday evening post-work appearance, right? After quite a busy week. Yeah, so Kofi, I think we're going to start with you because, you know, we're hosting you. So I know you have the list of performers from your end. I have a list of performers from my end. So you call a performer, you know, first of all, and then the person performs for about 2 minutes. So to our audience, you know, so let me explain how the Abuja Literary Society open mic works sometimes, and maybe you can also share how, you know, things like this work on your end. So for us, because it's a lot about also building people's you know, capacities or creative skills, we usually give some form of feedback after people perform. But this time around, we won't be able to give, say, verbal feedback to performers, but for our audience on Zoom, feel free to type your feedback, not critical feedback this time around, though. We have to be nice. Don't do the don't do the ALS thing where you say, oh, you are doing this or doing that. Just, you know, appreciate the performers. Today is about fellowship and just about, you know, enjoying each other's company. So please, you know, you can keep the chats very active and give feedback on performances. So Kofi would introduce the Ghanaian poets, yes, and then they'll perform for 2 minutes or less. And then I will introduce the Nigerian poets and they'll perform for 2 minutes or less. So Kofi, over to you.
Yes, so the first Ghanaian performer is Koo Kumi. Koo Kumi is one of the vibrant and most, yes, one of the vibrant poets and spoken word artists in Ghana. I will allow him to introduce himself briefly, and then he does his performance. Koo Kumi, so if you can hear me, you can unmute yourself and then let us hear you.
Hi everyone. Good evening to my friends in Nigeria. It's almost, it's 4 minutes to 6 in Ghana, and good evening to the Ghanaians too. My name is Koo Kumi, as my brother said. I am a spoken word artist, and I've been on the Writers Project's show on CT for a while, and I'm glad to be here to share a piece with you. This piece is called Accra. Just performing this piece to welcome the Nigerian football team to Ghana, and I hope, yeah, we have a very good game tonight. So this is Accra. Accra, the city that makes me think. Hello?
Yes, we can hear you, Koo Kumi.
Okay. Accra, the city that makes me think that God doesn't see us all the time. Accra, the grave for the brave. Accra, the party for the alive. Accra, the city that makes me forget that my heart is timed with rhythmic beats. Tall towers germinating from the belly of the earth to tower the sky. It makes me think that God doesn't see us all the time. The sun rises and we rise with it. It falls but falls alone. Men too busy wrapped in sky. They forget how to make love to the city. Accra made me replace my heartbeat with the sound of the streets. The street has music, but for those who listen. Our love is spread in the cadence of the dusty atmosphere. Busy men and women, Mondays, 6 or less or 6 or more, it's enough. Sit with the family, the loved ones. Let them know how much they mean to you before Accra tempers with their heads and hearts. Accra, the city that makes you dream of dragons and unicorns. The love and warmth in its embrace draws souls from the banks of the ocean to feed on its hospitality. Accra is a no man's city. I sit on the clouds and I wait for thunder to strike negativity out of the city. Let its love show through its open gates of gold. Accra, the music, the type of music composed by God somewhere for us here to dance to it. The opera with high notes, bass drums, and trombone, and the violins of the violin. Accra, our music, the type of music weaved like a basket with complex patterns of sounds. Its frequencies triggers with our heart bodies to fidget. Finger straps our heart cup of emotion like the strings of a guitar. Accra, the party for the alive. Accra, the grave for the brave. So if I supernova, spread my ashes in the nebula. I want to see Accra and weep with it for the last time. Accra, the city made by us, for us. Accra, the no man's city. Thank you.
Wow. Koo Kumi, I mean, that was incredible. So now I'm remembering Accra and remembering the time that I spent there. I can see Davidson saying, wow, that was a very wonderful piece. I really want to be in Accra right now. Davidson, I'm not sure. Please, Ghanaians will let us know if Davidson is welcome in Accra, because from what I've heard, there are too many Nigerians in Ghana at the moment. But then you have some additional feedback there. You know, this is beautiful. So thank you so much for that, Koo Kumi.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So coming up from our end, I hope she's here. So Toju Cole, are you there? You can just introduce yourself briefly, then before you go into your piece.
Yes, I am. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Toju, as I was introduced, and I'm a teacher and a spoken word enthusiast, I would like to think. The title of my poem today is called The Ghost of Now. How do you do it? Do what? How did you become so fearless? If only you knew. Just step into my mind for a millisecond and you realize how scared I am. You? Scared? Scared of what? I'm scared of the ghost of now. The one that is always lurking, prodding, probing, urging me to move on, to take chances. Always whispering her favorite line like the perfect auto-tune. What's the worst that can happen, she says. Seize the moment, live in the now. The now is for the taking, with flaws and all. The now is never to return, if missed. Every win, every mishap is guarded by the ghost of now. Every smile, every tear is laced with the ghost of now. Life in its entirety is chained to the ghost of now. So you ask, are you scared? You bet. I'm scared of the ghost of now. That's it.
Wow. Joji, you came guns blazing. That was incredible. That was incredible. So Kofi, what we're gonna do, so whenever a Ghanaian performs, I'll do the handover, and then when a Nigerian performs, just so that we balance it out. So I'm not hailing my Nigerian sister. You know, I want to hear from you, Kofi. So when a Nigerian performs, you'll be the one to sort of give the feedback and then introduce the next person, you know, if that works out for you. So Kofi, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Yes. So seize the moment and live in the now. That's a very strong message. And yes, I think we all fear the ghost of now. So yes, this is a very good piece, a very good one to keep us all going. And Toju, well done. This is a great piece. Thank you. I think, yes, there are some messages coming in congratulating Toju, and I agree with all of them. Yes. On this side, the next performer is going to be Hassan, and I will allow Hassan to introduce himself briefly, and then he gives us his piece. All right. So, sorry, Hassan is not ready yet. We will let Fritz do his performance, and then we take it from there. So, Fritz.
Hello. Hello.
The piece I have here is Love Potion 2.0. So call me the 21st century Solomon. It goes like this. Damsel, color me in. Of course, I don't want to be too probably on a basis with a touch of vintage because I have an old school soul. Tell you what, I'm here to untie your soul with the craziest form of affection. One that makes us each other's vices, each other's focus. Side by side like inseparable Siamese. Conquer each other's fears while we love in slow motion. Call me the 21st century Solomon, but I'm yours to keep. Don't worry if I came in too sudden because you captured me by storm. But then until you apply me the 25 types of kisses, I'll keep the clock as my company. Plan our candle dinner with a touch of jazz. See, I'm a bad dancer, so we'll love in slow motion. Red wine and, of course, roses. While a stenographer scribes our fairy addiction. Thank you.
Ewo. So please, you said you're a student, isn't it? Yes. I'm wondering where, you know, guys like you that had, you know, all of these smooth lines where when I was in school, because I didn't see those I didn't see those guys, you know, but that was incredible. That was amazing. How long have you been writing for?
Apparently for 2 years. Yeah.
2 years. Wow.
This is actually my first performance. So.
Are you serious? Well,
yeah, I'm serious.
Congratulations, like serious congratulations. So someone is asking me if I'm shooting shots. Please, well, I'm not shooting shots. I'm happily however you want to call it. But then I appreciate you as we say. Thank you for your performance. So
You're welcome.
Moving right into the next person from our end, Dayo Moyo, are you there and are you ready for us? So introduce yourself and then over to your poem. And if you can turn on your video, it'll be nice.
What did you say?
If you can turn on your video, that would be nice. But if not, then please, yeah.
I'm not in a place I can turn it on. Yeah, so good evening, everyone. My name is Dayo Moyo from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm a teacher. I'm a spoken word poet and I'm a podcaster. The title of this piece is called Dear Isua. Dear Isua, I've never met anyone who reminds me of me like you do. Sometimes I fear that if I look into your face for long, I would see an image of me etched in the beauty of your perfection, my imperfections when I was your age. I remember the letter you sent to me some years ago. It still lives rent-free in the pages of my diary. It's sewn into the skin of my heart, and sometimes it makes my heart skip, jump your words, these words. You are living the life I want to live someday. I've never met anyone who reminds me of me like you do. The path you are treading reminds me of the roads I trek. The way you recoil into your blanket, oblivious of the feel in your bank. The way you recoil into your blanket, fearing you would go blank. The way You recoil into your blanket and banquet with the pillows, breaking bread, toasting glasses with lifeless forms who wouldn't have the guts to look you into your eyes and make you forget your lines, Isua. Your words, the way you write, reminds me of my sin. It reminds me of the book I placed behind the pew during services. I was the sugar who lured ants from listening to pastor messages. You are the honey that I wasn't. And truth is, even though you remind me of me, you are not me, Isua. I'm a statistician, you are a psychologist. No wonder you seem to be more flesh, you are a contrast to my stone, and it shows. When you say it would be well, one can be sure it's coming from the depth of your well and the way it bubbles up the pipe of your lungs, the way it seeps through the gates of your lips heavenly, it transports the soul of the hearer to the city named Salem, Isua. Sometimes I see you like my outer body in another flesh, a blessing, a second chance from God to straighten my rough and correct my mistakes. I mean, to right the flaws that flawed me, give you a template, a map of my yesterday so that today you may walk with the guide of my reflection and the benefits of my misdirections, Isua. I believe in you the way I don't believe in me. I believe in me because I want you to believe in you. And when next I say you can, just know that I mean every letter of the word. You are Isua, and you bring peace. That's it.
Is Kofi
That's
there?
a great piece. Yes, Kofi is here. That's a great piece. I'm sure I'm going to butcher your name. Mayo Dayo, is that the name?
Dayo Moyo.
Dayo Moyo. Moyo, all right. So yes, that's a great piece. I see in you the way I see myself. That's a line that stuck with me. I don't know if yet I see anybody the way I see myself, but yes, I'm waiting for that time that I would see someone the way I see myself, because I see myself to be very big. So yes, if I'm seeing you the way I see myself, then I'm trying to make someone compete with me. But that was a great piece. We really love that. Everybody over here was clapping. People here were clapping for you as you were performing. So great piece. And the next person on our end is going to be Hassan. I think I mentioned Hassan earlier, but I think he's ready now. So Hassan, if you are ready, could you take us away?
Hi, good evening. My name is Hassan Ahmed, and I've been writing for like 4 years now. My piece is titled Some Way. I became an orphan the day my mother passed away. Tell me, for an utterance not so conventional, do I sound like an infant? Was what poured out of his mouth while taking the strangulating pain in between his molars, staring back at whatever had become of himself in the truest reflection of his fury. Ma, I think about you all the time, and I'm convinced femininity truly deserves the throne. I mean, at your feet is where my kisses are needed to be thrown. You'll have to forgive me though. It breaks you in certain ways, and in setting yourself back together, you damn the priceless pieces of you that makes you sane. I mean, everything human just makes you daze. In the Aliyah, hallelujah, now you be breaking bad. Bella is definitely personal, but a bubble appeto. You taught me to pray for more of the things that money can't buy. I took it up. I didn't lose my way the way required. A new me. Hello?
Hassan?
Yeah, I'm having a bad network.
Okay.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, we could hear you, Hassan.
Oh, I think Hassan can't hear us. Hassan, can you hear us? Okay, no, he can't hear us. I'm not sure if he finished, but then That was building up very nicely. Well, Hassan, if you can't hear us, if you reconnect or disconnect and reconnect again, then you can finish the piece if it wasn't finished. But thank you so much, Hassan. I mean, some comments for you already in the chat. Hassan, are you there? Okay, I'm not sure. Yeah, thank you so much for that, Hassan. And this is what we suffer with working from this part of the world and internet connections. But then very quickly, so on our end, Victor Achile, if I'm pronouncing your name wrongly, please correct me. Are you there and are you ready to go?
Yes, I'm ready.
All right, over to you.
Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Victor Achile. I am a student, a writer, and a blogger. So I will be reading my poem.
Hello.
Adios. I'll be reading my poem. Adios to those who once called. Adios to those who once called friends. Adios to those who once called friends. The streets are littered with memories of our childhood. Our footprints used to be etched on dusty paths when our lives were colored with exploration. I remember in sparkling mirror memory how we were kings on the pitch and how our bodies were adorned by injuries. Life spat us to distinct paths, giving us a blank slate to make new memories. We were friends when we were younger. No, when our thoughts were younger. Now our thoughts move in parallel lines. Our futures should as well. Our lives are cloaked in different shades of interest. My life is abuzz with a new transition, while yours is characterized by an impenetrable desire to remain the same. My eyes wear glints of sorrow as I tell you this, but our friendship is like immixable liquids. They don't produce results. I house frenzied feelings whenever I thought this friendship will end, but those feelings have since melted like ice. My heart is pulsating for newness, and my mind is warming with a yearning for new pals. It was nice to be part of your story, but our chapter ends here. Thank you.
Great piece, Victor. That was a great one. Our minds move in parallel lines. This brings to mind a conversation I saw on Twitter the other day. A certain tweet was about how the person's feelings towards the government is now in parallel lines. It used to be one straight line, the person at one end and the government, what the government was doing at the other end, but now it seems they are moving at different points. And I think this brings to mind the conversation we had earlier. Things are getting tougher and people are moving away from what they identified as before. Great piece, Victor. On our end here, the next performer is going to be someone who, you know how all these hand sanitizers, they tell you it kills 99.9% of germs. This person actually brings 100% to everything, and his name is 100%. All right, so 100%, if you can hear me, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Kofi. Wonderful introduction. I've never been introduced that way before. Pleasure being here. And I could like to call myself a poet rapper. I launched a book of poetry last year titled Logoligi Locomotion, which is in my hand. And I think this evening I would like to read you a poem titled If Superheroes Were in Ghana and Nigeria. I think that's pretty apt for what is going to happen in the next couple of hours. So let's hear it. If superheroes were in Ghana and Nigeria, Spider-Man would be begging Nigerians to calm down after breaking his 12th electricity pole. Deadpool would be swearing in English and Igbo at Nigerian tailors for not sewing his costume after 2 months. Batman would never exist. His uncle would have claimed his father's inheritance. If that didn't happen, Batman would have pastors and villagers as his villains, cursing and casting out the devil in him for being a grand wizard. The Flash would relocate to Ghana after discovering real traffic in Lagos. Cyborg and Tony Stark will be frustrated with Doomsaw after hours of no electricity to charge their suits. If superheroes were in Ghana, Wonder Woman will save Auntie Comfort from a vehicle at Agbogloshi Market and receive thanks and scolding from her for wearing a short skirt. Why are you dressed like an Ashawo? Disappointed, she will hop to Niger in a single bound to have her lasso of truth around Ibrahim at Yaba Market, querying him on why he groped her behind. Beast Boy at this time will be bleating and begging Okoye not to sell him for suya after turning into a ram. Boys, Mama Boso, Kai, and Abba will be looking for means to steal spare parts from Cyborg when he's defeated by villains. Captain America will be renamed Captain Kumerica and would awake one morning in Kumasi to find his shield being used. Yes, that's Captain America, and that is my assistant helping me.
Daddy, this is that one.
Yes, but keep quiet. Would awake one morning in Kumasi to find his shield being used to fry Kilewele.
Daddy, this is this one, and this one.
I know,
and
I know,
this one.
I know, but people are watching us, so let's continue, okay? Martian Manhunter would question his powers when he sees Slay Queen shape-shifting with waist trainers and makeup. Sango worshippers and Voltarians will be in awe after seeing Thor summon thunder without incantations. Loki will be an MP, profiting illegally from state funds, a pastor of a mega church, and president of the Fraud Boys Association due to his mastery in deception. Superman will come to Benin and the eastern region of Ghana and realize that he's not the only human that can fly. If superheroes were in Ghana and Nigeria, Hulk would have alone dealt with the Boko Haram militia. Aquaman would have caught all those involved in Galamsey. The Joker and the Punisher will team up to end SARS. Harley Quinn, Catwoman, and Poison Ivy will be prominent female gang leaders. Catwoman specifically would have a love-hate relationship with Evermen. Black Panther and Blade will be friends and celebrities in Nollywood, always arguing about who is the coolest. Most, however, will have ended up like Hancock, the Homelander, or Omni-Man, drunk on drugs, booze, corruption, and power. If superheroes were in Ghana and Nigeria, I don't think much will change, for corruption is celebrated and heroism seen as strange. Thank you. Say bye-bye now. Say bye-bye.
Great mix of Western and African culture. Amazing.
Thank you.
Whose voice am I hearing? Okay. All right. So, all right. So, I mean, wow, like everyone was saying, wow, that was incredible. You know, one thing I'm jealous of is the grasp that you have of Nigerian popular life as well as Ghanaian popular life, you know. So you know what, you know NSAS, but you also know like how men are going to behave to Catwoman. I think that I'm quite jealous of that. But that was, I don't even know where to start from. That was amazing. I think everyone appreciated all of the different lines. Just have a look at the chat. You can see what some people are saying about your piece. Thank you for that. And thank you to your assistants also for joining in, you know, adding some spice to the performance. You know, it was some kind of like intermission, transition thing. Thank you for that. I don't know, Hassan, are you here now? Do you want to finish your poem? I would like you to finish if you can. You know, Hassan Ahmed. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm not sure. Is he there? No. Oh, he's not. All right, so we're going to move on to the next poet from my end. Michael Xino, Michael Xino, or Michael Xino. Michael, over to you.
Yeah, hello, good evening, everyone. It is Michael Xino. Hello, can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay, it's Michael Xino. So I am from Abuja here. So I would like to read one of my poems here. It is titled, If Time Heal. If Time Heal. All right, are you listening? Can you hear me now?
Oh yes, Michael, you can go ahead. We can hear you.
Okay. Help me pray that everything change in my world. I'm a strength to others, but I'm weak in my soul. It is hard to keep on this rope. Person introduced me for my
Oh, it seems Michael's connection is bad. I wasn't sure if it was from my end or his. Okay. So Michael, you've been disconnected thanks to our internet service providers. But if you're able to come back later, then you can pick it up from where you left off. I think I'm going to hand it over back to Kofi now. Yeah.
Yeah, that piece was progressing nicely. I hope Michael Xino finds his way back, and then we'll take his piece. On our end, the next person to do a performance for us is Nadia. So Nadia will introduce herself briefly and then give us her piece.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nadia, and I'm an engineer, and I write sometimes. Okay, so this piece is called Free from Self. In the daylight, across the nighttime, through cutting glass and swinging rainbows, I searched for her. She eluded me time and again, until I thought I saw glimpses of her in routine conversation with strangers, under starlight and blues. I swear one August night, I felt the ruffling coils of her hair. Then in a kiss amidst prayers. One time, her scent enveloped me in a brief embrace on the stairs of Venus and poetry. She smelled like desperation daring greatly. Finally, I grasped her for myself. A full day went by. Sitting on the beach with the yellows, blues, and scarlet of the sun setting. We talked loudly and laughed soulfully. She read my spirit silently, feeling for the cracks. Healing was on the way. Then the favor bank came calling. It was time to pay up. They would only take her, my free for self. It comes to me only now that to untether truly, completely, my she, her, me, needed to be my free from self, not for self.
Free from self and not for self. I think that's something I'm going to think about tonight when I'm, when I'm eating my Friday ice cream, like I always do, free from self. Would you mind putting the exact line, maybe in the chat if you can, free from self, but not to self? Was that how it went? But thank you so much for that piece. You have some feedback in the chat as well. It sounded very introspective and just very, some sort of reflection. And those are the kinds of pieces that I really love. So thank you so much for that. So now we have two people between Michael. Michael, I can see your mic is open. Do you want to finish your piece? Are you there?
Yeah, I would love to.
Okay,
yeah, I'm here.
yes,
I would love to.
go ahead.
Okay. Help me pray that everything change in my world. I'm a strength to others, but I'm weak in my soul. It is hard to keep hanging firmly on this rope. If it cuts tomorrow, I have nothing left to hold. I've seen catastrophe, but I'm here still in hope. Maybe I shouldn't be hopeful. This to myself I told. There's no space for more pains. I can't reduce for more. I'm no villain on this race. Stop refusing me to run more. If there's time for everything, I'm waiting for my time to heal. My time to be still. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
Peace, Michael, great peace. Yes, if I want anything to be changed, it will be that I don't want my hair to go bald anymore. Too many people are laughing at me, and that's one thing I would change, but that's a great piece. Very good. And then I think we would call the Tenny. Is it the time for another Nigerian, or we should?
No, you can call someone from your end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. So in that case, Echep is going to do her piece for us. All right. So welcome.
Okay. Thank you very much. All people things. All right. My name is, it's all right. My name is Ethelyn, and I'll be reading a piece for you. It's titled, Nothing I Imagined. Every time I walk down the lone road, I get lost in the sufferings of my anguish and excitement. He'd tell me about the world, and through his eyes, I could see beyond my own gaze. Look at me still. Yet with every stare, I could feel the piercing and the longing, crushing smiles that only left my heart gasping and still wanting you. If only love were here, I'm sure I'd smile and love and still find something wrong with it. Because even behind closed doors and in floods of expectations, love still comes knocking, breaking through every barrier and reaching out every day to this dead sea. See me. Because I could be you, yet you'd stab the mirror in your face. Love told me he could be black and white and I would still want him. Love told me he could be darkness and light and he'd still be all that I need. Love told me he could be honey and bitter and he'd still be all that I crave for. Love told me he could be chaos and peace and he'd still be the only place I want to make my home. Love told me he could be titanium and it'd be the only wall I want to spend my life breaking. Love told me he could be fire and water and I still love to drown in his anguish. And every time I cried, love told me he could be my shoulder and my torment. And every time I died, love cried, yet he was my coffin and my grave. So you see, love is everything you hate to imagine and everything you ever imagine. He stares at you daily in the face. Thank you.
Whoa. I like the love theme that we sort of have going on here. You know, that was incredible. And you look a lot like someone in the Abuja Literary Society. So I think that these links are really forming. Her name is Nene. I'm going to tell her to come and look for you, you know, but that was incredible. I don't know, you said you write, are you the one that said you're a singer?
Yeah, I do sing as well. I do.
So you write lyrics?
Yeah, I do. I write lyrics and I write, both.
Because I was hearing something that could sound like a hit, a hit single. Is that how they call it?
Oh, yeah, I sing sometimes, and some of my pieces have music in between them.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was fantastic. I think one thing that maybe we should do, if we can, is that we can be sharing our socials in the chats, right? Because as people are seeing you now, trust me, many people want to connect with you. So they need to have it. So you can put your Instagram, your Twitter, for everyone that is performing or just even in the meeting room, put your social so that we can start, you know, exchanging and talking and meeting everybody. Thank you so much for that.
Okay, thank you.
So on our end now, AkpuruenyaChukwu, you're up next. I hope you're ready for us.
Thank you. I hope everyone can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, the title of my piece is Chukwubiko, which means God, please. Chukwubiko is Igbo. Okay, so it's 6 a.m. in the emergency room. Gospel songs in different languages saturate the air. The theme is the same. Chukwubiko, God, please. There are few places faith is tested like it is in hospital wards. As human disease eats off what is left of strength, as life ebbs and mortality draws near, humanity still cries, Chukwu biko, God please. Humanity doesn't ask where was Chukwu when sickness first came, when words became home and pain became companion. Humanity simply pleads, Chukwu biko, God please. How is breaking bad news a topic in your curriculum and a column in your job description? Olisa binigwe biko zianu. Thank you.
Great piece. I'm going to butcher your name again. AkpuruenyaChukwu. Is that it? Hello, can you hear me? Chukwu.
AkpuruenyaChukwu.
AkpuruenyaChukwu. Okay, that's great. So that's a great piece. I can.
It means the apple of God's eyes.
Okay, I can think of a number of things that I would be asking God to do for me. Like one of them would be, God, please let Nigeria lose this game that we are going to play. Yes. So that's a piece that I can really relate to. It's been my prayer since morning. So thank you. That's a great piece. The next person from our end is a poet by the name Poetivist. So Poetivist, if you can hear me, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Kofi. And I really appreciate this platform. I am a poet, a writer, and a theater practitioner from Ghana. I'm based in Accra. And today I'm also taking you to Nigeria because I wrote a poem for Nigeria and it's titled 2010-20. But there's this song I would like to begin with. A spirit comes, they're all in it together, blackmailing each other's their game. A spirit comes and it fuels their disorder, blackmailing each other's their game. And you cry and I cry and we make up, and the night covers us in its shadows. But when the moon really comes, we will crumble, and you cry and I cry again. In the night of our distant country, a green uniform bullet whispered downtown. In front of the graphic, it read like daily, of the government still chain smoking the freedom of we the people, bringing home into conclusion and speaking injustice fluently. This night bloomed over the city, knowing the disappearing of many, some convicted before proven guilty. All over the news, giving up was told loud already, and brothers waved goodbyes to families. We were safe on our own last night. We had nowhere to go. And in the eyes of we, the people's voice, we had something to say. We weren't searching for tears, but wonder why a hashtag of truth is treasonable. Nightfall, and we only lay nights on the outskirts of Hope Shadow, panic in wait death's fateful entry. Because when we speak one more day, the government will give us enough time not to breathe. Oba, in the freedom of where you choose from, we have become traitors to our country. Ore, how did our country hear us wrong? How did our country hear us wrong? Thank you so much for this opportunity. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Poetivist. Can I see your rings, first of all?
Yes,
if you don't mind. Okay. So please, just before we go into the poem, I want you to give us a bit of education. So those are Ghanaian symbols, aren't they? Right.
Yes, please. And this is Akufena. This one is Akufena, a symbol of endurance. And this is I am, is a spirit of valor. So that's the meaning of the rings.
Akufena and I am.
Yes, please.
Yeah, but thank you for your poem. I mean, everyone is appreciating that you brought up Brimo, and this is the kind of thing that we like, this fusion, because it's about synergy and collaboration and cooperation and just partnership and not competition. So Kofi, the thing that you're trying to do is not going to work. It's not going to work. But then thank you so much. That was beautiful. I like the mix between Ghanaian words and then some Nigerian words, you know, in the ways that you were transitioning from line to line. I thought that was really great. Please don't forget to put your socials in the chat so people can connect with you, you know, and maybe even collaborate on something in the future. So thank you so much, Mr. Poetivist, for that. Up next from the Nigerian side is Orion. Did I say that right? Orion.
Yeah, good evening.
Hi, Orion.
You got that right. That was Orion. Good evening to my people from Nigeria and from Ghana. I just want to present a short piece. Can I start?
Yes, you can.
Okay. I call it There's an Heaven in Every Hell. I can be as comfortable in hell as I will be in heaven. You too, but it depends on how you handle. You can find me at the gates, bearing a big book and a pencil, or in hell, fanning the flames that sinners get fed to. To survive, you have to be harder than a pebble, but fluid like mercury to be the king of the jungle. To be alive is to struggle in a field where there is no referee to meddle. So if victory is your only substance in this battle, then pick up your 6 before your 7, strike and disappear on schedule, and you'll be among the winning 11. I want you to believe it in your tempo that it's never too late to change your level. You can be stronger even though you tremble. You can win even when you're being forced to settle. You pick up stronger after each tumble. So to your dark nights, let these words be candles. When you're beat, they'll give you the strength to wrestle. For if hope is your dope, I'm here to peddle. You too can find in this hell a beautiful heaven. Thank you, that's it.
That was a great piece, Orion. I really hope we can be comfortable in hell as we would be in heaven. Like we would turn hell into something else. Yes. And yes, I believe the message in this piece is that when you are down and then you are broken, you can still rise up and then make something out of your experience. Thank you very much, Orion, for that. Hassan tells me his line is stable and that he can join in now. So Hassan, if you can hear me, the floor is yours.
All right. Sorry for the problem. So my piece is titled Some Way. I became an orphan the day my mother passed away. Tell me, for an utterance not so conventional, do I sound like an infant? Was what poured out of his mouth while tucking the strangulating pain in between his molars, staring back at whatever had become of himself in the truest reflection of his fury. Ma, I think about you all the time and I'm convinced femininity truly deserves the throne. I mean, at your feet is where my kisses are needed to be thrown. You'll have to forgive me though. It breaks you in certain ways, and in setting yourself back together, you damn the priceless pieces of you that makes you sane. I mean, everything human just makes you daze. In the Aliyah, hallelujah, China, you'll be breaking bad. Bella is definitely personal, but a bubble appeto. You taught me to pray for more of the things that money can't buy. I took it up. I didn't lose my way. The way required a new me. I figured just crying and holding my waist was a waste of my hold, so I stepped up. In addressing the world, I mean all disrespect, but I come in peace. Esotericism. The story isn't so open, just grab the pieces. Growing up was messy. Mercy vacated most hearts like cruelty was a title. There comes a point in a boy's life when the monsters under his bed become the man he faces in the mirror. While I became the monsters I met
in real life. Purer than silk was their smiles, I swear, nothing is scarier than the aftermath. Strangers to friends to enemies on smiling terms. Skeletons falling from the safe room. Now there are things that I wish I never knew. Sobriety is a killer, respect the distance. The promising ones we're supposed to look up to are oftentimes the negative influences. Look past the grandeur and you'll find nothing but walking nightmares. Great actors of humanitarianism, philanthropism, and all the niceisms. I'm oblivious how they conquer. Exploiting you means divinely favored. Youngsters in need aren't slaves indeed. Why stand up? Little drops of rubbish, they say, make a mighty baller. I weaponize my chances. Bitterness is my ally. Hunger leads the way. Goodbye, conscience. We're doing all the wrong things to survive. Can't say I know less. Consequences are crystal. To be seen less a man for choosing my battles wisely, I'd rather die for the things yes compliments. Low self-esteem or misplaced priorities. I guess I just rule with anything that informs a sense of belonging. Thank you.
As we say in Nigeria, we say Hassan, I'm so glad we did not miss out on that poem. I have a question for you though, because as you see me, I'm a very gentle girl. When you perform with such passion, how do you access it? You know, like, are you thinking about the subject of the poem, or how do you sort of channel that energy and passion that comes through in your words? What do you do?
Okay, so I just think about bringing out my truth, like just saying whatever is going on, you know, that is it, just bringing out your truth.
Thank you for your poem, Hassan. I mean, you can see the comments in the chats. Everyone loved it, you know, and even some of the lines that you had in the poem. So thank you so much for that. Please don't forget to share your socials in the chat. So very, very important. And then up next is Davidson Ezeala, you're next. If you're there.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm here. Good evening, everybody from Nigeria and straight up to Ghana. My name is Davidson Ezeala, known as JED. I'm a student, a poet, a spoken word artist, and also an author. Well, the title of my poem today is Breakup. It goes like this. It breaks my heart to hear the word breakup. Why? In life, a breakup is an illness which has made many fall in snares of snow. Look, why I bleed within is not for you to know. That is why it's within, and it doesn't have to show. My mind and soul is about to blow. Wait a second, it's not your time to go. Oh wait, I think the time is slow. Please, don't shout at me again. It's not just a relationship. I think my love was plain, or you were just playing with my heart like a moving train. Now, I know why they say, even if you walk on top of the river, many will say you're raising dust. Dust we came and dust we are all going back to. Don't think you're going to strap my foot on a hill and expect it to heal by putting it in a pool. You know what? I'm tired of you. And if you're not tired of me, the way I am of you, then to hell with you. That's all from here.
Yes, thank you very much, Davidson. Let them know, all these people that have been breaking our hearts. From dust we came and from dust we will return to, yes. That's a great piece. I wonder if there were to be like a sewer that collects broken hearts, if it wouldn't overflow by now, but we keep mending our hearts and then moving forward. And I like the message in your piece. Yes, everybody has to know that we are not superior and that one day we will all find our way out of this world. Thank you very much, Davidson. And from this end, the next person to do a performance for us will be Abena. So Abena, the floor is yours.
Thank you so much. Hello again, everyone. My name is Abena, and I am everything. So today I'm going to read you a poem about women because it's the month of March and we are ending March. And I so love West African women. Like, they are just so beautiful. I just had to write this. So this is titled Unashamedly Woman. Here goes. Unashamedly woman. Unashamedly woman. I have learned to believe from the dark lips that murmur the prayer for the wounded, from the weary eyes that showed the way of salvation, the calloused hands that held up the body of broken soldiers. I have learned to believe from the generous hips that rocked colicky babies to sleep, from the little-known women that built the world that have known great strength, tightly wrapped in the biceps of my grandmother. And like my mother and the mother of my mother, I am unashamedly woman. Here in this world of charming princes and tyrannical kings, I have thrived. A stubborn weed born out of resistance, nurtured under the shadow of women that hold up the tempestuous sky. As long as their bodies unflinchingly stand, I cannot dare wallow in the valley of defeat. In like my mentor and the model of my matriarchy, I am unashamedly woman. Every day I live is testimony that something tried to kill me and has failed. In my blood, I carry the hope of my matrilineage, the dream that one day the women we become live out the true meaning of womanhood, that all persons were created equal. And like my sister and the sisters of blood and water, I am unashamedly woman. This is how I imagine divinity to be, not the haloed savior the colonialists preach, but a woman of color, plucked from a vivid spectrum of brown with untamable hair and curves that swell. She smells like home and the scent of moist earth. She's holy magic, like my God and the gods of my ancestors. I am unashamedly woman. I have known women who kept marching on, braving the storms of prejudice. I have known women who defied gravity, who dared to be just as they were, like the Kapi Mountains I call home and the seas of Wida where I belong. I am unashamedly woman. And this is for Beatrice and Mariah and Amy and Abuja and Efwa, Cecilia, Dorothy, Henrietta, and for all women who like me are unashamedly woman. Thank you.
You know, Abna, when you started, you said you are everything. And I think you've shown us that you are truly everything. That was mind-blowing. You know, it reminded me of I started to remember this lady that is in the US now trying to become, is it the Supreme Court, I mean, I don't follow it too closely.
Yeah.
You know, and everything that she's going through, but then standing very strong, standing very firm. I think you wrote that poem for me, or you performed it for me today. You know, thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Please, do you have your work somewhere online? Like, have you recorded things on YouTube that people can go and watch?
Nothing audio, just words, text.
Okay. Yeah. I think you definitely seem like a performer, so I look forward to seeing your YouTube videos. You know.
Okay. Let's see how that goes.
Exciting. Thank you so much, Abna.
Sure. You're welcome.
And Khadijah, Khadijah, are you there? It's over to you, I believe. Yeah, Khadijah, are you there? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, over to you.
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hi, Khadijah.
Yeah, my name is Khadijah. I'm a humanitarian, a writer, and an artist, and a painter. So the title of my poem is Live. So here it goes. So many countries to visit and tour, but I've just got 2 legs and no wings. So I watch every blockbuster out there to take me to places my legs can't go. So many perfect life to be lived, but I've just got a visa to this one. So I read every bestsellers I can find, through which I live 1,000 lives in my mind. So many colorful dreams to be dreamt, but I've just got colors to this one. So I paint with every color I can find to make me see things I dare to dream. So many memories to be immortalized, but I've only got a human mind which fades. So I take a photograph thrice a day to help me freeze memories in time. So many things to do in this world, but I've not got the forever ticket here. So I write everything of every day to keep each day alive in a page. It's a short one, so that's it.
Great piece, Khadijah. That's a great one. Your poem brings to mind the proverb. I think it's a Nigerian proverb. The he-goat says traveling is good, and that it was on one of his travels that it learned how to do fumbebe. So if you get what I mean, yes. And if you want to visit anywhere, if you haven't had a chance to visit Ghana yet, try and visit Ghana. Come to the Volta region. Try some Achile and abobitadi. You will love it. Yes. So try and as much as possible if you get the chance. Go visit places. Yeah, we may have 2 legs, but traveling is good, just like the he-goat said. Yes. So well done. The next performer from this side is Nora Xorlarlie Anyidoho. We'll let Nora introduce herself briefly, and then she would go ahead with her piece. Nora, if you can hear me.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Yeah. Thank you very much for this opportunity. My name is Nora Xorlarlie Anyidoho. I am a lover of art. Yes. And then I'm going to share a short one I've titled I Clay. It's 2:54 a.m. and there's a last. I am the last. With a broken voice and leaky eyes, I stand naked in a man's arms, with his one arm around me and 2 fingers of the other. Inside me, I break down in total worship and pray him stay. I know that the Lord my God has said that thou shalt have no other God besides me, but tell me, what's a God you can't touch, feel, or see? A God who can't hold you in his arms? Besides, he said that ye are gods, and God is love, and sex is love making. So I have found my God inside of a man, and he has found his worshiper inside me. Our bodies, sculpted for God's glory, have become lures enticing sons, boys, men, women to sin and the will. As the Prestons prophesied, I, this woman, will hand my soul over to a man who is not my God. I will kneel. I will kneel for value at the altar of man's approval, but that worship will not make me whole nor holy. I know that you beseech me, therefore, that I present my body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, for that should be my reasonable act of service while I do.
I scrub my body and I fix my hair, powder my nose, paint my toes. I prepare myself wholly because I, this sacrifice, must be holy. I, holy priestess of the Most High, sculpted for God's glory, now a sheep, a living sacrifice that spreads itself.
Oh no.
Did we lose her?
We are worshiping. We can't lose her.
Oh no, Nora. Where
Shout
did you
amen.
go? Oh no, Nora has to finish this poem. Oh, there is no way. She can't leave us in the middle like that, you know. She can't leave us hanging. She can't leave us hanging. I hope she's able to join back, you know. Nora, if you're able to join back, please do. And you have to finish. Everybody is waiting for you. Meanwhile, from our end, I think Haydar, are you available to speak? Are you ready to speak or to perform? Oh, I'm not sure Haydar is in this meeting. Okay. So not Haydar, then Toheeb Alade.
Yes. Can everyone hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
All right,
Oh,
thank you
Toheeb,
very
just,
much.
sorry,
So
just
my name
1
is,
second. Sorry, Toheeb. I just want to see if Nora is back so she
it's
can
fine.
finish.
All right, all right.
I'm back.
All right, Nora.
Okay, beautiful.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Do I have to start or I should continue?
Whichever you prefer.
Okay. I should start. Okay. It's 2:54 a.m. and I am the last. With a broken voice and leaky eyes, I stand naked in a man's arms. With his one arm around me and two fingers of the other inside me, I break down in total worship and pray him stay. I know the Lord my God has said that thou shalt have no other God besides me. But tell me, what's a God you can touch, feel, or see? A God who can't hold you in his arms? Besides, he said that ye are gods, and God is love, and sex is love making. So I have found my God inside of a man, and he has found his worshiper inside me. Our bodies sculpted for God's glory have become lures and Titans, sons, boys meant to sin, and they will. I, this woman, your offspring, will hand my soul over to a man who is not my God. I will kneel. I will kneel for value at the altar of a man's approval, but that worship will not make me whole nor holy as the Peris prophesy. Know that you beseech me, therefore, that I present my body as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, for that should be my reasonable act of service. Well, I do. I scrub my body and I fix my hair. I powder my nose, I paint my toes. You see, I prepare myself wholly because I, the sacrifice, must be holy. I, holy priestess of the Most High, sculpted for God's glory, now a sheep, living sacrifice that spreads itself underneath a man-made God on his altar. Well, let the sacrifice begin. I know no part of my frame was hidden from God when he wove me together in the depths of the earth, says scripture. Well, now I hide no part of my body from my newfound sculptor. He and I like a clay and its potter. I know that the Spirit itself maketh intercession for us with groaning, but I don't need the Spirit, I can groan. And oh, do I groan under his weight. I moan, I writhe, I wriggle at his touch. He goes, turn over, baby. Open your legs wider and arch your back, baby. Man made potter twist and bends me into something he can fit in the crack of his palms, around his loins, and I clay, I submit and I obey. I do know how to please a God. It's 2:54 a.m. and I am the last whose God did not stay when he realized that he, like I, is only made out of clay. Gods who could not, who cannot, and who can never satisfy. Thank you.
I mean, I don't know what to say, Nora, but I think everybody is saying what I want to say in the chats. But that, I mean, that was something else, right? And one thing I'll say is that you'd fit writing at Abuja Literary Society. So if you ever find yourself in Abuja, make sure you come down, you know, because we like expressing ourselves too. So that was amazing. That was incredible. It was really strong. And I get, you know, the vibes of someone that knows exactly what they want and is unapologetically going for that. So, you know, not trying to conform to what society thinks. And I always like those kinds of messages. So some people are asking for your piece. So do you have it published online somewhere?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I'll
Yeah.
share that.
And put the link. Yeah. So please put the link, put your socials as well, you know, so people can connect with you and even, you know, perhaps collaborate on art and on poetry. Thank you, Nora. Let me see who is up next. So yeah, Toheeb.
Yeah.
Yeah, welcome
Good
back.
evening.
Yes.
Yes, thank you very much. And that was a lovely piece from Nora. Thank you for bringing that up. So, can you hear me?
Yes, Toheeb, you can take it away.
All right. So, my name is Oluwatoyin Alade. So, my stage name is Legal Poet. So, I'm a lawyer and I'm a poet as well. So, I've written a couple of legal inspired poetry. So, I titled this. Can you all hear me?
Oh yeah, loud and clear, Toheeb. You can go ahead.
All right. I titled this The Village People in Barrister Johnny's Life. The Village People in Barrister Johnny's Life. Village people are native foreigners who don't travel through aircraft, boats, or yachts, not even through a bridge like the Lekki-Ikoyi Link Bridge in Lagos, but through an invisible bridge that is linked to a man's destiny. This bridge only has a pathway at night. Maybe that is why during a new year, crossover can only be at night. Village people built a factory in Barrister Johnny's destiny and life with a constant electricity he wouldn't enjoy in his real life. They got his ID, they got his PIN code, they got the password to his virus-susceptible destiny. They got his ID, they got his PIN code, they got the password to his virus-susceptible destiny that suffered disconnection from every signal of antivirus wire to rescue his destiny. The Ghanaian fortune teller saw what he knew, and he knew what he saw. He saw a man adorned with the legal wig and gown, and he knew the man was Barrister Johnny. Akwaba, Charlie, you will be a famous barrister. Everybody in your neighborhood will bow before you and call you, say, all your sons and daughters will be great. In fact, you will be the Chief Justice of your country. It was village people who made the fortune teller see a lawyer, but what the fortune teller saw was actually an actor dressed in the props of a lawyer. Every man cannot live as a lawyer, but a lawyer lives in every man. And in spite the odds of village people, Barrister Johnny still became a lawyer. But he became that lawyer whose sweat became his perfume, his black jacket turned brown, and the soles of his shoes became the favorite meal of the soil. At last, Barrister Johnny got an invitation for the final interview of a top-tier law firm. But at night before the interview was the match between Ghana and Nigeria, which ended in penalty shootouts. You would rather slaughter Barrister Johnny than for him to miss an important football match. So he woke up at 7:55 a.m. on the day of the interview slated for 8 o'clock a.m. Well, he had 5 minutes to prepare, but that is how village people work. They don't give you empty hopes, but they only give you hopes filled with emptiness. But finally, Barrister Johnny's daughter became that lawyer he couldn't become. Sometimes we see so much wrongness in right and wrong. In fact, the title of this poem is also wrong, for it is not
Is it me or is Toheeb there?
To perform a piece is The Observer. The Observer, if you can hear me, the floor is yours.
Yeah, hello everyone. Good evening to Nigeria and all my Ghanaian folk. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, it's good. It's breaking.
Hello?
Maybe you can turn off your video. I don't know if that's on my end.
Hello. How about now? Is it better now?
I think your bandwidth is low, so you can turn off your video.
Is it better?
Yeah, you can go ahead. Let's see how it goes.
Okay, so the title of this piece is When Things Fall Apart. When things fall apart and there are no gods left to blame, call me Chinua Rotimi. We acted alone. We took a loan from Kweku Sintim Mrs. Playbook. Today is the day of beckoning in our knees at the advice. How could we know the value of a smile? They said they were strong, yet they slept on us, fed on facts, gave us answers to their own questions. Love. Love is a thing of reality, yet they only portray it in fiction. No more do we wish to be understood. Never again shall we say never again. And when they call, we will come. For mourning the dead only made the eye brave. For it takes courage to learn how to cry. Of marriage to learn how to lie. And it takes bondage to learn how to fly. If they birth out of fire, how did we smoke them out? We are sheep in wolves' clothing. How did they make us out? If being true to ourselves makes us gay, then we never coming out. And we fed up with all this bull. It's time to spit it out. The Christian is something they say. Only the deep can relate. So till date, every man born of a woman has an innate ability to swim. In the chest of a woman lives our very own uncle Nora. Ark or no ark, if a man can gather and save, he is the forbidden fruit every woman would want a bite of. The Fukujuma will make peace with this, and for that his resting place will forever be in our hearts. It's too early to It's too early to take a bath. It's too early to call a foul. It's too early to make a vow. It's too early to fall for love. Maybe her sister Truth, Florence the money, he has nothing on her, yet it calls her mine and she responds with the satisfaction of a smile. The truth can never be replaced with an update. The many years of childhood made us young at heart and the best interpreter of our own stories. Ask Wole Soyinka, or Major Minka, Anajak Minka. It is funny how in times of need we tend to want who or whatever is available. Pimp na na, pimp na na, pimp na na. I am Nana Sase. I am the observer, but I promise to keep telling this beautiful story.
Thank you, the observer. Unfortunately, your line was a little bit bad, so it was breaking, here and there, but I think I got the energy and then I got some of the words, Thank you for that. A brilliant poem. If you have your work anywhere online, please post it because we're going to be going through all of these things just so that we can enjoy them again. And thank you for joining us. So because we want
it actually has a video on YouTube.
Okay, brilliant. So you can share the link in the chats as well. We are aware that time is running, so we're gonna move a bit quicker. So on our end now, I think Chukwuemeka, are you here? Chukwuemeka Dike.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Over to you.
My name is Chukwuemeka Dike. I'm on Instagram. My name there is Emeka the Poet. I'm here to present a poem I wrote a long time ago. It's called School. Since I was a child, I've always been told that education is the key to success. When I look at the world around me, I see people without education achieving excellence. Even if I am the ideal student, staying up late nights, earning perfect grades, I'll just have a head start on getting a job, an employee caught up in the rat race. All I see, oh my God. Spent 15 years of our lives sitting in a classroom learning things we don't need, given the same method, pace, and curriculum, not catering to my talents or speed. Then I'm thrown into a higher institution where I have to learn most of this all over again. At the mercy of unreasonable lecturers, I know some of you feel my pain. People shouldn't be judged on their success by the same standards, since not all people are the same. But school judges fishes by their ability to climb a tree. The whole system makes me want to go insane. After I graduate and get a degree, I have to start working my ass off from 9 to 5 every day. This is what I worked my whole life for, to spend my time helping other people get rich, competing fiercely to curry their favor. So forgive me if I don't swallow the go to school speech. There's so much deceit that it ruins the flavor. Even Steve Jobs knew better than to get a job. He was better off getting himself an Apple. He made the iPod, iPad, and MacBook while his mates were busy going to school. Thank you very much.
Great piece, Chukwuemeka. That was a good one. These unreasonable lecturers won't kill us, but yes, we do have to endure them. Dr. Egblogbe is a lecturer, so if you see any picture of me kneeling down anywhere, I've been punished for saying this. So yeah, the next performer from our end is Nana Adoma. So Nana Adoma, the floor is yours.
Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Nana Adoma. I'm a writer, poet, and filmmaker. Usually my pieces are quite heavy, but tonight, in the spirit of the match, I have chosen violence. So this is my this is my piece. Red, gold, green, black star, green, white, green, full stop. Even though together we are still a few too many colors short of a conventional rainbow, what is even truer is that we could not be any less filled with color, even if we were stripped completely bare by hands encased in skin, almost completely bare of melanin. These colors have become our global tribal marks, identifiers of our places in this world and of the people that we show ourselves to be. But colors are not enough to tell the stories of the millions that call these descriptions of hue, lightness, and saturation home. They cannot explain how the stew-infused grains of rice we call jollof have come to so strongly unite and yet divide us. I know, Sabi. Green, white, red, gold, and black create music that transcends language, skin tone, and even the mind's need to understand why its body cannot help but move, move, move. Green, white, red, gold, and black are the reigning champions of Black Twitter when it comes to Africa and the matter of cheering crowds in a stadium, when nation fights against nation to determine who is king. No matter how high the eagle's flights, it can never be a star. I beg, make una no vex.
I mean, I love the energy. And I loved how you did the poem dissing Nigeria's Nigeria's was Super Eagles. Sorry, me, I don't watch football. And then you ended it in Nigerian slang. No, that I like that. So that to pepper us very well. But thank you so much for that. I think that was beautiful. I love the combination of words. I do not always have the right words to describe these things or to appreciate these things, but you know what I'm trying to say, Sha. I really enjoyed the poem and thank you for that. Please don't forget to share your socials, in the chat, and if you have your work anywhere online, please share as well. And maybe the next time you write a poem about Nigeria, maybe you pity us small so that
I actually do have a nicer one, but like I said, I chose violence tonight. So next time.
Okay, next time. All right, thank you so much.
Right. Thank you.
So we're nearing the end of this session. So I think we have one last performer from our end and two final performers from Ghana. So Osuebi, you're performing from our end, and then after you, we're gonna have like back-to-back Ghanaian performances, because we are hosting this event, so we're giving like extra space. So yeah, Osuebi, over to you if you're there and if you can hear me. Yeah, you're there.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good evening, everyone. Osuebi Chinonso, and I'm a poet and a scriptwriter too. So I'll be reading a poem titled "The Heart from Which I Was Taken." The heart from which I was taken. The torrent told of new water, not the water that comes from rainfall that my children dance under, connecting to the spirit of Anyidoho, but one that takes one's soul away. The land felt different. They looked at us like new yams. I wondered if they prayed to the god of yam. Some ran at midnight. They hunted them with spears that fired iron stones. We were less than the rabbits in the forest. I prayed to the god of death to take me. The land must be strange for him too. I would rather swim back to my hut, to smell the aroma that mixed with firewood, to take my spear and dance to the beat from the drums, not this black and white keys. Pray to my gods, not one that was easily killed. That's all. Thank you.
Great piece, Osuebi. Yes, that's a great piece. Let's pray to our God. And that was a piece from Osuebi. Thank you very much. From this side, the next performer will be Soy. So Soy, if you are on, you are our next performer. Hello, Soy, are you here? Hello, Soy. All right, it seems Soy couldn't join us tonight. So we have one last performer for the night. And this performer is Albert Tetteh. He writes with the Verbal Transformers. So Albert, the floor is yours.
All right, good evening. I'm Albert Tetteh, and I'm with the Verbal Transformers. So I don't know whether you also choose violence for tonight, but Igbokwenu. Or if you don't have any Igbos there, you see, it's a super clash tonight, and let me not choose violence. Let us actually talk of something that will end on a good tone. You see, it's been the same old stories when we sit as young people, the same old stories we keep sharing, you know. You see, way back, we had our forefathers sitting under the great baobab tree, the great Iroko tree, or whatsoever tree you want to name it, sipping cold palm wine that sets coldness down the spine, brooding over the negativities of the land with no inspiration of ever making any mind-blowing preparation for us, the younger generation, even if they had no determination to cause changes in their time. This really disturbs me as a young African, you know, because despite all we've got, we still despise the despite of our land and travel to foreign lands to get deals done as though we never had any mark done in our own land. But sincerely, to all here watching me and to all here online, permit me to gladly ask. Even before exiting Africa, haven't you heard of the dollars or $10 and Dangotes who can sign multiples of the same check in dollars that we go begging for? Is it that we have no respect for our own? or we value not our own. I look forward to a new Africa. That very new Africa that Nkrumah passionately spoke about. I look forward to that very new Africa. A new Africa where MPs won't travel overseas pretending they've not seen the kids in their communities sitting under trees and having studies. I look forward to that very new Africa where there will be more of the Akosomo dams and Nadomi bridges, the more of the motorways and KNUSTs. I look forward to that very new Africa where saving for living will be encouraged over saving for burial. I look forward to that very new Africa of ours. Today, there's a whole lot I can say tonight. And just as we're preparing Ghana versus Nigeria, I don't want to even choose violence tonight. But it looks like violence is inside of me. So I want to say, let me choose love. You see, have you ever paused a second in life to actually think of this very word, L-O-V-E, which is love? If not, then take a few seconds to do that. But we're rushing to go and watch the football. So you know what? You see, maybe you've not seen anyone who could show you love with great passion, just like the heart of the world craves for the latest fashion, even beyond the ocean. So to you, you think love is wicked. It doesn't see anything good because it's blind. Because maybe for a while in your heart, Kofi, you traveled a mile for a guy called Sly, who never told a lie, but maybe this guy rather fell for someone else's biological pie, by this very friend of yours who lost their pride and never thought a second of it to hide. So to you, you think love is so raw and pierces the heart to its core. But I tell you one thing tonight, even though it's going to be a super clash, let us remember this. Love is light. When shown eradicates totally the darkness in the lives of people, love actually looks around and sees to the needs of people. It is never self-centered. So even though we're going to fight tonight, let it be a good fight and let love always continue. I
think that was a great poem to end with. One thing I wanted to say though, with I'm trying to remember the name of that fabric in Ghana. I know it's the same fabric we have across West Africa, but it has different names. In Nigeria, it's called Ashoke. I can't remember what it's called in Ghana. But then with the what's it called?
Batakari.
Exactly, Batakari. Yeah, Batakari is what I know. With that Batakari and then your small afro, I feel like if they just carry you and put you in a picture where Nkrumah is standing, you just blend in. You blend in perfectly.
Thank you so much.
Thinking about. So thank you. I really liked that. Someone was asking if you're freestyling. Were you freestyling?
The different pieces that are connected. So.
Oh, I see. Just off the cuff.
Yeah, Igbo Queen and all that, they were just freestyle. So, okay. you want me to choose violence and bend you tonight?
It's okay. So I know it's like you guys were ready for us today, but it's okay. And you said you were asking if there are any Igbos here. There are always Igbos. I mean, it's Nigeria, so we are always complete wherever we are. So that's something that I'd always, I'd assure you. But thank you so much, Thank you so much. So I think it's about 4 minutes to the end of the session. Thank you to everybody. Like, this has been incredible. In fact, I even want to thank the gods I'll thank now, because the internet did not disturb us as much as it would normally do for something like this. So we're able to enjoy it. We're able to share with you guys. I think this was lovely. I hope that some connections emerge from this session. I really want, it'll be good if people start to mix, to co-produce things together. We have so many similarities, a lot of similarities, and then we're all trying to do the same thing. So I think that it'll be great to see more of that. Maybe some words from you, Kofi, as well, before we call it a day.
Yes,
or a night.
Yes, this has been a great experience. Yes, the forces are indeed with us. The internet most of the time behaved itself, so we are grateful for that. And I want to thank all the performers. Your pieces were great. And I thank the Abuja Literary Society and then Writers Project for putting this together. This is a great platform. And one thing I will do is that I will take the handles of all the people that performed on this side and send them over to you, and then take those that performed on the other side too, so that I can share among everybody. So yes, thank you all. And I wish Nigeria a great condolences, because they are going to indeed lose this match. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. No, Wala, thank you. And thank you so much. It was great co-hosting with you as well. So, I mean, we already did the intros at the beginning, closeouts. This is the Abuja Literary Society and the Writers Project of Ghana. I think you can find the two groups online. I mean, everyone here is sort of familiar with the group, so we don't need to say too much about that. We wish you lovely evening ahead. For those of you that are going to watch the match, all the best. For those of us that are going to eat ice cream, all the best to us as well. And then I hope you have really good weekends ahead. So this weekend is a political weekend for us in Nigeria, with some political parties having their conventions. I hope that you have a less dramatic weekend in Ghana where you are. It's been incredible. I think I even feel very energetic now. I can go out and club small before I even start drinking my ice cream. Thank you so much, everybody.
That's great. Yeah.
It's been amazing. Thank you, everyone. And I hope you have a great evening ahead. All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Well done, Tini and Kojo, for making this to happen.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. That was a
I
great evening.
enjoyed the time here.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you, everyone.